Language only TV videos propelled me to the limelight. I got my YouTube channel millions of views and tens of thousands of subscribers. You guys loved my content. I had finally found the recipe for YouTube success. But deep down, with each language only TV video I put out, I felt emptier inside. I came to despise making these language videos. It's time to be honest with you guys on why I took such a drastic turn on the content I put out now. I feel like all of you guys deserve an answer on why I stopped doing this type of content. That's the reason why you subscribed in the first place, right? In this video, I'm going to be honest with you, transparent, on why I stopped doing language only TV videos you all love.
So let's go back a couple of years to why I decided to learn so many languages in the first place. Now there's a multitude of reasons of why I decided to learn, I guess, French, Italian, Chinese, or these other languages. One of them is because, well, I thought it'd make picking up girls from different countries much easier if I spoke to them in their language. And another reason why I learned so many different languages was because I saw James Bond speaking a lot of languages, and I was like, yo, this guy looks cool. I want to speak a lot of languages. But fundamentally, the main overall reason why I guess I decided to embark on the journey of learning so many different languages was because I envision languages to be part of my skill set, an additional skill to be added to my arsenal of skills, if that makes sense. I didn't want to be known for languages. I just wanted the languages to be part of my identity, right? As like, I guess a good example is James Bond, right? He speaks a lot of languages, but he isn't known for just being a language guy, right? He's a badass killer. He's charming with the girls, right? He's basically who I always envisioned to be. And languages is not who he is, it's just part of his identity. So to be frank with you, a massive reason why I learned so many different languages was because I wanted to be James Bond, okay? It was for the wrong reasons, okay? I was very immature a couple years ago. That was, I guess, a massive part on why I learned so many different languages. There was a small part of me, I will say, for the right reasons. It was to understand other cultures. And as Nelson Mandela said it best, you speak to somebody in a language you understand, it goes to their head. You speak to them in their language, it goes to the heart. I guess in a way, I also learn languages, I guess, to be able to understand other people. Culturally, politically, religiously. I was studying political science in college, and I knew that this would help me be able to understand other people better if I spoke to them in their language. But I'll be honest with you guys, that was a very small part of me on why I learned languages. The freaking 90% of the reason was freaking I wanted to be James Bond. Likewise, when I was first starting off my YouTube channel a couple years ago, I was very immature. I started my YouTube channel for the wrong reasons. All I cared about was fame. I wanted likes, I wanted views, I wanted subscribers, right? I was inspired of all these TikTokers, the YouTubers, Mr. Beast, and I thought that YouTube would be my way to achieve stardom. I entered YouTube on the wrong mindset, and that mindset isn't sustainable, my friends. The problem during my first couple of years doing YouTube was that I was really distracted. I had finally graduated college, and I decided I'm gonna take a gap year. I'm gonna go travel the world. So while doing YouTube, I was also traveling full-time. And while traveling full-time, I did a video on this. I had an alcohol addiction, and all I was doing was partying, drinking, living a life of debauchery while, I guess, building my YouTube channel up. So I really wasn't, I guess, thinking strategically what type of content I'm gonna put out, right? My goal, I wanna get subscribers, I wanna get fame. And with that horrible mindset I had back then of just drinking, partying, that also didn't help out at all. So the content I was putting out was horrible, I would say, the first couple of years. I was just trying to figure out, like, what would go viral. That's all I was thinking about. What's gonna go viral? I was thinking, what's the next trend? And I was just thinking to myself, well, like, what are some skills I can bring to the table? And I guess at this time, I already spoke a couple languages, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna use my language skills with my YouTube channel. Okay, I thought, why not? So right off the bat, it made sense for me to start doing language YouTube content because I had the skill and I saw the potential to go viral from this type of content. I couldn't just go out and dance, right? Because I didn't know you could go viral from dancing, but I wasn't a good dancer. So that was discarded. And these other ways to go viral, I didn't have the heart to do. So the one that made more sense for me was just to start doing language content on YouTube. I started experimenting with the language content I was posting on YouTube, right? The first couple of videos didn't really do as good. I was just walking around and I guess shocking natives with my language skills. I did a couple videos on those. I stumbled across the infamous Omegle language YouTube content, and I started seeing how many views these YouTube gurus are doing. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Okay, this is much easier, obviously, because I didn't have to go out and walk these type of shocking natives in public type of content. I could just do it in the comfort of my home. So I started doing language Omegle content. After I started doing language Omegle content, I started getting views. I started getting subscribers. I was excited because I was optimizing for views. That's my whole goal. All I cared about was getting views, getting subscribers. Because I really didn't have a strategic goal, right? I really didn't have a game plan for YouTube. My only game plan was going viral. And Omegle seemed to be working. I went down that rabbit hole. All I knew was I was getting views, and that's all that mattered for me. Doing language Omegle content, language Omegle TV content was the one that made the most sense to me, right? All I cared about during this period of time was partying, drinking, right? Living a life of debauchery, right? This was low effort for me. All I had to do was go on camera, shock natives with my language skills, and boom, 10,000 views, 100,000 views, right? This worked like a charm. I felt like I was on top of the world. I'd finally achieved what I always dreamed of: views, subscribers. But after, I guess, a couple years in of doing YouTube, I had a mind shift. I didn't think the same anymore. It was through a multitude of incidents. One which was I almost died due to drinking and driving. Another was a wake-up call I had one day with my dad, which completely changed the way I looked at life. This wake-up call happened in May 2023. And that's when I started, I guess, reflecting on my life as it was. So after I had that wake-up call, I went through like a reflection period. I had the wake-up call in May 2023 until the end of December. It was more of like looking at everything from a bird's eye view. I stopped drinking. I stopped partying. I started working on myself. I started going to the gym. And I started reflecting on the things I was doing with YouTube. Right? I had invested so much time, so much energy for the wrong reasons. But the issue for me at this point was I was already known as that Omegle TV, Omegle language YouTuber, right? So I couldn't just stop. So for the next couple of months, I guess the second half of 2023, I was still continuing to do Omegle TV, Omegle type of content, but I was finding myself despising doing it. I would open the screen, I would turn on Omegle TV because they shut down Omegle. I would just find myself skipping half of the people because they'd be showing their private parts. And the other half of the people, I had to pretend that I don't speak their language. And then after a couple phrases, a couple chit chats, I whip out the French or the Chinese or the ni hao. And they're like, oh my God, you speak my languages. And I would record that, edit that, and boom, upload that to YouTube. That wasn't fulfilling. I was just like finding myself doing the same thing over and over again, asking myself if this is what I wanted to be known for the rest of my life. Right? I was more mature at this point. I wasn't the same kid I was a couple years ago. And I found myself in a massive dilemma. I wanted to stop doing the Omegle TV, Omegle language YouTube content, right? I was tired of shocking natives with my language skills. But the problem is, that's what you guys subscribe to my channel for, right? You guys love that type of content. It was either continue to make you guys happy or follow what I want to do, what makes me happy, but then lose a lot of you guys. So it was a really tough decision I had to make the second half of 2023. And ultimately, I decided on my happiness. Because there's no point to building a YouTube channel if I want to be miserable every day. It's like showing up to work every single day with the angry face. That energy is contagious. It's negative. Okay, I want to be able to give the best of myself to you guys. I'm at a point where I'm more mature, and I realize I want more for my life, and I want to be able to use my language skills, I guess, in a bigger arena. And that's where Raul 2.0 comes into play. I don't want to be known as that language Omegle TV YouTuber the rest of my life that only shocks natives with his languages. I don't want to amount to just that. I know I can give out so much more to the world. And with the new content I'm putting out in 2024, although it's getting less views, I feel satisfied. I feel like I finally have a purpose. I gotta evolve as a person. I'm not the same person I was a couple years ago. I'm not the same person I was when I was a kid, teenager. And because I'm more mature, I want to be able to give you guys, I guess, a better version of Raul. The Raul you guys were all supposed to meet. The goal of this YouTube channel, the direction, it's not about me anymore. It's more about you. I want to be able to inspire you guys, push you guys to realize your true potential. Right? You can achieve anything you want in this world as long as you try. I became a polyglot. I'm in the 1% worldwide of language learners. My next goal is to become in the 1% of earners worldwide. Well, I mean, not worldwide. I'm already in the worldwide 1%. Well, 1% USA. The goal is to be better tomorrow than you were today than you were yesterday. And hopefully you guys stick for the journey. That way you're able to see a better Raul, a better version of me.